Hi there, my name is Dr. Elliot Lessick, and I am with Rise Chiropractic Wellness Center, and what I wanted to do today is spend a little bit of time talking to you about one of the interesting sort of topics of the spine that has always quite intrigued me, called piezoelectricity. And so most of you probably have never heard this, but basically, to make a garble full of words spill out of my mouth, I just wanted to say that piezoelectricity is a crystalline structure's ability to transduce mechanical strain energy into an electrical potential energy. And so what that basically means is that when you look at the architecture of bone, you'll notice that there's a little tiny molecule in there that helps make bone up called hydroxyapatite. And this particular molecule is considered to be a crystal. And so, as many of you probably know, crystals have a lot of very interesting properties. And one of the major properties of a crystal is this ability to produce piezoelectricity. And so how that works is that when you mechanically strain or imbalance the spinal joints, the vertebra particularly, the piezoelectric effect happens by this unloading, or this imbalance, I should say, in the spine causes there to be a negative polarity change that takes place inside the bone, which lends itself towards 2+ calcium ions being attracted to that area. So that literally means that bone-creating cells called osteoblasts are triggered to turn on, and they will actually begin to sequester calcium and begin laying down bone in areas where there's been a need or an increase in mechanical stress there. And so this inflammatory response is actually a very well executed response, because it really is your body's and your cell's ability to create an increased sort of architectural buttressing of an area that is in need of that. And so if you're walking around like most people are with 6, 8, or maybe even 10 different postural imbalances in your frame, then this imbalance will lend itself to this piezoelectric effect. And that leads to a slow degenerative condition called arthritis. And so many of you might say, well, what the heck can be done about that? Or how do we know if that's happening inside of our body? And so chiropractors become experts in carefully sort of determining and analyzing the posture to see if there is evidence of this imbalance. And as soon as we see it in your posture, we can get x-rays taken that determine the level of the advancements of this particular dis-ease process. And so on the x-rays, it'll actually show areas where there's been extra strain. There's these little tiny bone spurs called osteophytes, and that's a prime area that we would then look to make sure that we eliminate the imbalance in, so the body can start to turn those processes off and begin to right and reverse the damage of that osteoarthritic process. And so it all comes down to just creating and changing the conditions of your spine so that it no longer has this imbalance, so we can literally turn the switch off from the body having to have this response over time. Now, you might say, well, can chiropractors, or how do chiropractors actually help that? And so we do tiny little adjustments that can actually reverse the imbalance in the spine. And how we do that is we work to basically remodel the spine by reestablishing the 3 primary curves that support your spine in this sort of spring-like fashion. And so I'm here to say that I've seen literally thousands of x-rays, and I've taken and post x-rays on people, and I've actually seen reversing of arthritic damage. There's a number of studies that show that this indeed is possible. I see people's discs increasing their height, and I see people's bone spurs resorbing and getting smaller over time, which means that this process, contrary to popular belief, is actually reversible to some degree, so long as it hasn't had too much time to take effect and to become, I guess, too advanced. And so next week I'm going to talk a little bit about the 3 causes of inflammation and some of the triggers that actually cause the cells in your body to begin this inflammatory process that so often leads to pain. And so look forward to that, and thanks for your time. And if you're a patient of mine already, I look forward to adjusting you next week. All right, take care. Bye now.